Listening Headbanging Podcast with GBs. That's me. Come on, you can figure it out by now. Huge rock fan. Rock, metal fan. Look at my man cave. Just junk everywhere. But that's okay, because I'm a passionate hard rock, classic rock, and metal fan. Alright? Just like you, if you're watching. So, on this episode, we will talk about Slipknot. What the hell's going on in Slipknot, folks? I'm a fan of Slipknot, and I was shocked, just like you guys. Jay Weinberg was let go from Slipknot. The drummer of Slipknot, of course, and hell of a drummer. But we will talk about that. And he did release a statement over the weekend as well, so we will talk about that. And we will talk about new tours, new festivals announced for 2024. Welcome to Rockville has announced their lineup. We will talk about that. Milwaukee Metal Fest will return next year before Memorial Day weekend, which was great. Maybe I'll catch your asses there as well. And a bunch of other awesome tours, which we'll talk about as well. So before I continue on, as I mentioned, if you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe. Follow me on my profile social media platforms. That's awkward to say, right? Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, and right here on YouTube. It's that simple, folks. Hit the like and hit the subscribe so you can kind of keep up tabs on what's going on in the world of rock and heavy metal. All right, I'm going to shut the hell up. This has been a long intro. Let's talk about Slipknot and Jay Weinberg right here on the Lesson and Headbanging Podcast. Let's do it. All right, folks, let's talk about Slipknot and Jay Weinberg. Man, oh man, it's been a crazy ass, couple days, couple weeks for Slipknot. So Slipknot went down to Mexico, played a show. I believe it was the Hell in Heaven Festival down in Mexico. A lot of bands fell off the wagon on this festival. I'm not sure what's going on here. But all we know, Slipknot played that show, right? So Slipknot, my assumption, came back home here in the United States. I guess out of nowhere, we had a statement from Slipknot on their social media platforms. I'll post it up right above me here on YouTube, but you've probably seen it by now, right? So Slipknot released a statement on their social media platforms. We would like you to think, let me redo it again. We would like to thank Jay Weinberg for his dedication and passion over the past 10 years. No one can ever replace Joey Jordison's original sound, style, or energy. But Jay honored Joey's part and contributed to the last 3 albums, and we, the band, and the fans appreciate it. But as ever, Slipknot is intent on involvement. The band decided to make a creative decision and to part ways with Jay. We wish Jay all the best and very excited for what the future holds. Okay, so very interesting, folks. Very, very interesting, because in my personal opinion, which don't mean jack squat to anybody, jack squat, but Jay Weinberg is a hell of a drummer. He is. He's a hell of a drummer. And, man, it's hard to believe he's being replaced by somebody else. Now, either again, I'm just predictions, okay, what's going through my mind as a fan, okay? I don't know anybody in the industry, okay? I'm just a fan. Either they already had someone planned long time ago. You can't just kick out a drummer and hoping, maybe you will find somebody across the world who will send in tapes. No, they have a plan. Who is they? Slipknot. Who in Slipknot? We all know Corey Taylor and Clown or Sean Cran is involved. They're the creators, or at least Sean is the founder since day one. Since day one of the formation of Slipknot, right? So at least what's current in this lineup, because if you think about, you have Mick Thompson, right? Jim Root. These guys weren't I'm not sure if they were in the very beginning. I know Jim Root wasn't. Who else? V-Man, who played on bass, replaced the late great Paul Gray, rest in peace. So he's not original member. Obviously, Jay replaced the late great Joey Jordison, rest in peace, no longer with us. Corey, we know the history of Corey Taylor. Again, started as Stone Sour and then joined Slipknot. And then you had, I'm trying to think of the percussionist, right? You got Sean Cran, who's Clown, right? The original member. We had Chris, guy with the pokey head, right? I assume he was one of the original members, as one of the percussionists. And then we had Sid Wilson, the DJ, right? I'm not sure if he was there from the very beginning, but I mean, there was a few select original members, just like any other band, right? Any other band in history. I mean, we can date back to Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, right? Right? Black Sabbath, you had Tommy Clufetos, part of the Ozzy Osbourne solo band, playing in for Bill Ward on the final Black Sabbath tour. I guess same thing with Led Zeppelin. John Bonham's son, Jason, filled in for that one reunion show back in the early 2000s in the UK, right? So every band has been through many scenarios where they go on for at least a small tour or a one-offs with a related family member or friend filling in, just like Pantera, right? For the brothers, for the legacy, right? Again, the closest you're going to get to is Zakk Wylde and Charlie Benante, right? So, of course, Slipknot's going to continue on, right? If they're planning on replacing any members, I don't know. Long story short is they're replacing it according to their statement, creativity. They're going different ways. Again, in my opinion, Jay Weinberg's a hell of a drummer. My personal opinion as a fan, a hell of a drummer. And damn, that's just a big loss to me as a player, as a professional player. Now, do I hang out backstage with Slipknot to see how he is as a person? I don't know. There's a lot of musicians sticking up for him, which kind of tells you that he's a hell of a guy. A lot of people are saying he's a good person to hang out with backstage. I don't know. But that's a big slap in the face to all the fans. And, man, Jay Weinberg, man, we wish him the best. And we hope he finds something really quick. Just damn that. Again, we hope, I mean, he released a statement, okay? So let's get to that, and I'll post that right above me as well. So Jay Weinberg released a statement over this past weekend. Okay, it's a long-ass one, but bear with me. Follow me on here on YouTube. You can see it right now. If you're listening on the podcast, bear with me. It's a long statement, but there's some stuff, key points in here that will detail not fully, but kind of understand the frustration from Jay Weinberg. So let's talk about it. Here you go. Jay Weinberg released a statement. I sometimes wonder what it will be like to pay a visit to my whole wide-eyed 10-year-old self. Falling head over heels in love with a new and exciting sound and culture. And tell him all about the last 10 years. Even on the hardest days, I like to think he'd be stoked about the adventure that he was in store for him. I was heartbroken and blindsided. Okay? Right there. I was heartbroken and blindsided to receive the phone call that I did on the morning of November 5th. The news, which most even learned shortly after. However, I've been overwhelmed by and truly grateful for the outpouring and love and support I received from the incredible community I consider to be my creative and artistic home. So let's stop right there. He was heartbroken and blindsided to receive the phone call. So Slipknot, as I mentioned, has already planned already a plan, and I'm pretty sure they had a drummer in place. Who is this drummer that's going to replace Jay? I don't know. Could be a mystery unknown drummer. Probably someone that's popular on Twitch or popular on YouTube, which now these days, how a lot of these big bands will find these extraordinary musicians, which is also good, right? For a small drummer in South America, Europe, some here in the United States, right? It's good, but at the same time, it sucks to see Jay leave Slipknot. Let's continue on, and I quote here, "This is not the ending of the journey I dreamt of and committed myself to seeing through. Not by a long shot, but despite the confusion and sadness, there is something that provides an equal amount of comfort. For many of you reading this 10 years ago, we weren't yet acquainted. And now we are. For that, I'm thankful in ways I'll never be able to fully express. I love playing the drums, and I always love playing the drums. But I'll always have a passion for music, art, creative expressions. Nothing will ever change that. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I look forward to creating loud, passionate, and heartfelt music that we will enjoy together. Until then, please know it's been a joy of a lifetime to spend the last 10 years with you, sharing our love for the special corner of the music and the art world. This isn't the end. I'm thrilled to discover what the future has in store for us." So a nice little ending here that we know that Jay, he's going to continue on. He is going to continue on, and rightfully so, he should. He has the technical skills. He has a different drumming style compared to no other metal drummers today in the modern metal of the past 10, 15 years, right? So he is unique. And I'm pretty sure there's some lucky band out there that's going to get him. They will appreciate his skills. So we wish Jay Weinberg all the luck, right? Again, his father, Max Weinberg, who plays with the Boss, right? The Boss, the E Street Band, right? So Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band, man, I'm losing up here. But, Jay is a phenomenal drummer. I'm grateful enough to see him live many other times because he's a hell of a drummer, my personal opinion. And, man, I can't wait to see what his future holds. That's what matters, right? Positive stuff. All right, so let's take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, let's talk about new music for 2024. You like that? We'll discuss after this quick break. All right, welcome back, everybody. And on this half of the show, we will talk about new tours in 2024. My personal favorite, because I get excited every time a new tour or a festival gets announced. That means my money, my wallet, my credit card will be screaming. But that's okay, because it's all worth it. Live music matters, right? All right, so let's talk about this right here. When We Were Young Festival, Saturday, October 19th, 2024. Performing the albums and more. This is a callback here, man. This is amazing. So that has announced just today, November 13th of 2023. And as I show right here, here's all all the bands playing their top albums. I mean, right now, what I'm excited for, as I'm seeing here, let's see, A Day to Remember is playing the Homesick. I love that album. My Chemical Romance, The Black Parade. What else we got? Simple Plan, playing their stuff on there. Cody and Cambria, Good Apollo. So, I mean, Underoath, The Only, Chasing Safety. A lot of good-ass bands playing on here. Playing their Atreyo's playing The Curse. Come on. I mean, these are just amazing stuff, man. So, if you're planning on going out to Vegas, you got lucky for these tickets. And enjoy yourself, man, because there's going to be classic early 2000s emo, hardcore music going on. So I'm pretty excited for that. All right, let's talk about this one right here. Pantera has been teasing Something going on November 13th. Here we are, November 13th. Pantera has announced they're going to do a select small tour with Lamb of God. Select dates in Florida, starting February 3rd and goes all the way up to Quebec, Canada. February 27th, and here in the Midwest, you're going to get Grand Rapids, Michigan, and Green Bay, Wisconsin. So a lot of road trips here, folks, for these smaller markets. If you want to check out Pantera, Lamb of God, 2024. How about that? All right. One of my favorite bands from the 80s, and they got a kick-ass album, right? Extreme. You know, Gary Sharon and Nuno Bettencourt and the boys are going on tour with Living Colour, another great rock band from the 80s. They're going to be on tour January 24th in Inglewood, New Jersey. Goes all the way up to Nashville, Tennessee, March 16th. So check out Extreme Thicker Than Blood tour with Living Colour. That's a kick-ass tour. All right, for all the metalcore fans out there, Veil of Maya. They're going to be going on tour with Let Us Suffer Until It Wakes and more. Trek starts in Green Bay, Wisconsin in January and goes all the way up to February. The last show in Joliet, right here in my hometown. The Forge Joliet, so I can't wait for that show. Veil of Maya, U.S. Winter Tour 2024. So that's going to be kick-ass. All right, welcome to Rockville. I teased about it. Let's talk about it. May 9th through the 12th of 2024, Daytona Beach, Florida, at the Daytona International Speedway where Daytona 500's at. So, 4 days of rock and roll. Holy smokes, this feels like a European festival. It's amazing. It's everything. And welcome to Rockville. So, Thursday, you have Motley Crue, Judas Priest, Anthrax, Dirty Honey, Disturbed, Mudvayne, Skillet, Flyleaf, Saliva, Skindred, Machine Head, Of Mice and Men, Biohead. The debut of Kerry King's solo band. Kerry King's projects finally unveiled. All we know is we have Paul Bostaph playing on drums, right? Who's playing guitar? We don't know. We may get Gary Holt. We don't know. Scott Ian. Who's doing vocals? We know Gary. I mean, maybe Kerry King will sing. We don't know. But we have the Kerry King solo band playing on it. August Burns Reds, All That Remains, Soulfly, Gate Creeper, Spite, Body Snatcher. That's a hard stage right there. Hell yeah. ICP, it's just not my thing, but Apocalypta, Miss May, The Word Alive, and more. That's a kick-ass Thursday. I hate Thursdays. I love Fridays, I love Saturdays, I love Sundays. But Thursday, they're walking to Rockville, that kicks ass. All right, let's talk about Friday. Limp Bizkit, Fall in Reverse, In This Moment, Starset, Non-Point, and more. Jelly Roll, The Offsprings, something Wenzel, Living Colour, Sleep Theory, Alien Ant Farm, Mr. Bungle, Electric Callboy. There we go. Polarius. Let's see. In Flames, Slaughter to Prevail, Kitty, Marshall Head, New Year's Day, I See Stars, Dying Wish, The Men in the Afflictions, Current, Killed by Khan, Harm's Way, and more. So there's your Friday. Here comes Saturday's lineup. Foo Fighters, Greta Van Fleet, Primus, Mammoth WVH. We got Queens of the Stone Age, A Day to Remember, Stone Temple Pilots, Royal Blood, The Struts, Cypress Hill, Clutch, Baroness, Code Orange, Stick to Your Guns and more. So there's a bunch of other bands. Sunday, Slipknot. Who's the new drummer? All right, Breaking Benjamin, Architects, Wage War, POD, Trap Root, Evanescence, Bad Omens, Theory of a Dead Man, Sebastian Bach, Drowning Pool, Nita Strauss, Sum 41, Atreyu, Magnolia Park. How about that? Blackville Braids. What we got? Deadpool Society. Ghosts. I mean, Cheryl's Falls playing on your Fear Factory. So, man, just a stacked 4 days in Florida. Daytona Beach. So, get your tickets right now. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see if I want to go. But Milwaukee Metal Fest is returning. It's not on here, but it will be back at the Raves Eagles Ballroom the weekend before Memorial Day weekend. So, Get your tickets now. They said it's going to be a stack and larger lineup, so I'll have to wait and see on that. Stay tuned right here on the YouTube and on the podcast if you want to figure out more about the Milwaukee Metal Fest as the years progress, right? All right, so Steve Vai and Joe Satriani's doing a U.S. tour. I don't have the tour dates here, but they're going on a U.S. tour. Both kick-ass guitars, my personal opinion, and they're going to go on tour together. That's a badass tour. All right, what else is going on? All right, we got more dates for the Eagles, the Long Goodbye final tour with Steely Dan. January 16th in California, St. Louis, Missouri, February 6th, Nebraska, February 10th, Tulsa, Oklahoma, February 3rd, New Orleans, February 17th, Orlando, Florida, the 4th of March, and March 16th, in Charlotte, North Carolina. The Eagles with Steely Dan, so go check them out. The Chicago dates, both dates are sold, are getting close to filling up, but very expensive. All right, Lamb of God has announced the Lamb of God Cruise of 2024. Obviously, they're headlining. You got Deathclaw, Chimera, At the Gates, Soulfly, Exodus, Napalm Death, Corrosion Conformity, After Burial, Currents, Unearth, I Hate God, Frozen Soul. Frozen Soul, great band. So kick-ass lineup for next year's Lamb of God Cruise. Go check it out as well. All right, we got Queensryche, the Origins Tour, playing the EP and the Warning in its entirety. Holy smokes, those are my favorite albums, by the way. Queen of the Reich! That's a hell of a song. All right, and they got Armor Saint. John Bush and the boys are going on tour with Queensryche. Trek starts March 22nd, Houston, Texas. Go all the way up to Fort Myers, Florida, May the 12th. So here in the Midwest, you're going to get Rockford, Illinois, at the Corrado Performing Arts Center in Peoria, Illinois, at the Peoria Civic Center. I might have to take a road trip here. Queensryche, the Origin Tours with Armor Saint. That kick ass. All right, let's continue on here, folks. You got Municipal Waste. Waste Them All Tour 2024 with Ghoul, Necrit, and Dead Heat. The Brain Squeeze Tour 2024. So check out Municipal Waste going on tour. Kick-ass thrashers out there, folks. All right, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard doing a USA Canada the 2024 tour. August 15th of 2024 in Washington, D.C. and goes all the way up to Miami, Florida, November 21st. Here in Chicago, it sounds like it's already sold out. So, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard 2024 tour. All right, Highly Suspects going on tour. Select dates, December 1st all the way up to December 17th. Here in 2023 of December of the winter tour. So a lot of sold out shows. If you can see here, a lot of California shows. No, they're all West Coast shows. So if you live on the West Coast, check out Highly Suspect and their headlining select shows. All right, so we are caught up. We are caught up in the tours. Again, if you have your favorite tours you're looking forward to in 2024 or the winter time of 2023 as the year's closing up, drop it in the comment section what show you're going to go to. For me, my next show will be Kiss right here in Chicago, Monday, November 27th, and I will be there counting down the days to the final Kiss show. I'm a huge Kiss fan, so stay tuned right here. We'll talk about my concert reviews. I do have a secondary YouTube page, Riffs and Body Slams, for all my footage and concerts to check it out right now. Subscribe there. Follow me on my secondary podcast and YouTube channel as well, Into the Square Circle Podcast. If you're a fan of pro wrestling, I do at least 2 shows a week, so check out Into the Square Circle Podcast. Now available on all major podcasting outlets, Facebook, X, Instagram, and YouTube, just like this page as well. All right, my friends, until next time, stay heavy, horns up, and maybe I'll see you in the pit. Until next time, bye-bye, everybody.